Hi everyone, welcome back to World with AI YouTube channel. Today I am going to explain how we can build Indian largest chatbot from the scratch along with the full code. This is where I am building this VS Code with a folder setup, LG chatbot. Under this there is one app.py file and one virtual environment along with the requirement.txt file and env file for keeping secret API codes here. And let's start the building the AI large chatbot from the scratch. Now let's dive into the topic, and this is all the import section. Where is the different type of imports we have to do here? Like for example, import OS. It is for to access environment variables, and import requests where we can fetch website data and Streamlights and BS4 for the web scraping, and to load API keys we use download env, and some more other imports have been going down like text splitter and Hugging Face embeddings and chat grok along with retrieval QA. Coming to next one, now we will dive into the code to building the Judge AI chatbot. Let's first of all load .env to get the API codes from the env file. Let's set up the app config here to display in the Streamlit. Let's keep an page name as Indian Law Chatbot. Yes. Then it will display as a Indian Law Judge in the Streamlit front page as a UI. Later on, we will go into the title. Title is displaying as Indian Law Judge Chatbot. And now we will do the web scraping here. Let's define a function like grab law data to web scrape the data. Here we will use the some URLs which is existing in the Google. Let's find from the Chrome some of the URLs like Indian code and Indian panel. Let's take these URLs. Let's copy this over here and paste it over here. And let us take one more public URL which is existing the related to the Indian constitution, Indian codes. Let me paste here. Next we will go into the full text, which is been after completing web scraping, we will create the fetch the website data from this, like going next full text. for URL in URL URLs. Now we will try to take the data from websites and we extract all the PDF paragraph text and finally we all combine this legal text. Basically, this is our knowledge base. I will write code here. Let's see step by step. Response is equal to request dot get URL to take the data from the website. Let's keep the timeout to 10 and we are using beautiful scope to for web scraping and we will get response text here from that website. And now we will create one paragraph variable where it will store top dot of p type over here. Let's create one more for loop here. Full text is equal to p dot get text of plus next over here. And this we will create after this for loops we will create one vector database for next process. Let's write the one exceptional case over down and later we can go to further creation of vector database. It will come under the straight line to the try loop to accept condition. Exception as e and while we get to know we will print one statement here print of say anything error we get to know over here only without going into the code. While writing or any building any LLMs or chatbot things, writing the print statement will be get to know the error earlier itself. So it is best practice to do it. Next, we can return the full text over here under the for loop. Next, now we will create one vector database, which is I am going to take the vector database as a fast, which is created by the meta. Let's start that one. No need of creating again and again vector database after number of searches. It will store as a cache over here. Now define one function like create vector database. Let's keep a vector db. Raw text is equal to graph a raw data. Let's keep this raw text data. Yes. and let's use one splitter over here to chunks to keep because our LLM will not understand the large data, so we will keep as a chunks and overlap here so that it can easy to handle the large data by the LLM. Let's do it over here. Split recursive character text splitter and open brackets. Let's keep the chunk size as 1000 and chunk overlap we can keep as 200. Let's take 200 wrap. Yeah, let's keep chunk size as 1000. It means each chunk as the 1000 characters. Next, can keep chunk overlap. It means it will collect from the previous 200 characters. Keep. Now define a docs variable splitter dot create. It will create an object of raw text from the structured text. Raw to structural objects. Let's create documents. Means let's keep inside text, raw text. Yeah. Now we will use the embeddings. Let's take from the Hugging Face embeddings. Let's give the model name as sentence transformers. Let's use this model from the Hugging Face. Yes. Take the model names as carefully because we will mistake here a lot. And let's create a vector database. Vector DB equal to FAS. Here we are using FAS vector database which is came from the meta. From the documents, take the docs and converts into embeddings using our embedding model which is took from the Hugging Face. Let's return the vector DB. Let's load the Grok LLM now, which is crucial step here. Let's create one cache. Let's define a function load LLM. Let's create one more variable name as LLM, and here we can use the Grok API of LLM, which is very fast compared to the pulling from the Hugging Face, but it has certain limits and expiry dates as well. So check before using this Grok API. Take from the env file. All important data we are not storing the raw code file. We will keep in a env file and we will get env function and we will took from the env5. Let's give the model name. Let's take the model as Meta LLM model, Llama model it is. Yeah. Let's take the model name as Meta model Llama 4 Spot. It is 17 million parameter model. Interact. Let's take the temperature. Let's keep temperature as 0.3. Temperature decides the randomness of the output. Yeah. Here written LLM. Let's build the main app over down. Let's write the query over here like query which is going to be asked. It will display like over down text input variable. Ask your legal or anything. Ask your legal question. Yeah. Let's write one if else condition over here to query. Analyzing law sections, and as it will display on the Streamlit interface. Whatever I am giving in the double quotes, it will display on the Streamlit interface to the user. Let's go into vector database. Yeah, I forgot the semicolon. I think so. Yeah, retriever is equal to basically in this if else user query, I am loading the vector database, and after then I will load the LLM, and it will give the retrieve the top three similar chunks, and after getting loading to the LLM, and it will create the RAG chain over here. Retriever, and it will go to the top three search results over here. A is equal to, and it will load an LLM, and now create a RAG chain. Right. Yeah. I'm going to correct. Inside, I am giving the variables to LLM, retriever, source documents to the true condition so that we will create one rack chain over here. Like, let us explain. LLM equal to LLM, and yeah, retriever is equal to retriever, comma, and return the source documents is equal to true condition. It will return the source documents. Yeah. Now I created one rack chain. This this will do the user question, retrieve the law sections, and it will send to the LLM. So LLM will generate the final answer for that query which is given by the user. Let's we'll write the return statement over down of that query, saying it will invoke the it will invoke the query, and now it will show the outputs. I think so. Yeah, and we are going in the right flow. But here the variable names. Say what I told. The variable names will give the errors most of the encoding. Yeah, we have to see this while coding from the scratch. Whether we will give here what we are writing. It will display on the Streamlit interface. It will give the result over here. Yeah. See guys, this was the whole flow of the AI Jet chatbot. Let's check how the output is getting to us. Yeah, let's run in the query over here. It will take to one Streamlit interface from here to here. Yeah, it's loading. Yeah, now this is the Streamlit interface. Here we can see the output of the Jet AI chatbot, and let's enter the user query here and see how the chatbot responds. Let me copy paste over here the query. You can see the query over here. Ask a legal question. A 23-year-old person committed robbery at night and stole gold ornaments. What are the IPC sections applies and what punishment can he receive under the law? Yeah, it is analyzing law sections and it's give the correct answer, I think so. Yeah, we here we can check the logs as well. Yeah, we got the response over here. This is the judge A response. Yeah, it's given the best way of response over here. We can check the sections 394 IPC and clear explanation as well. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you find helpful, please like the video, share and subscribe. Thank you.